first things first, this movie was great. Hi, Actura here. So, this is the kind of video I want to make more often, but I am new to this, so bear with me if it's not the greatest. Okay, so Superman. Coming to this movie as someone who's never really liked DC, I was pleasantly surprised. I want to make it clear that all I really know about DC comes from pop culture, the Lego games of all things, the Arkham games, and only recently the show My Adventures with Superman. And while I spotted there was a lot of stuff I can only assume are references to DC stuff, I still understood everything coming into this, even though I didn't actively research it before, which is something it's got one up on over recent Marvel movies. Now, if you haven't seen it, go see it. I might spoil a thing or two while talking, and this video will still be here when you're back anyway, so definitely go see it if you even have the slightest inclination to check it out. Alright then, let's start with what I liked. This movie looks good. I've seen a lot of superhero suits be darker, more realistic versions of the comic suits, but this one isn't. It's colourful, bright, and best of all, it actually looks like fabric instead of just a CGI fest or a second skin. Take the Green Lantern suit, for example. I remember googling that suit after seeing Deadpool make a joke of it once, and while it's probably one of the more extreme examples, it does show my point. Or the nanotech Iron Man or Iron Spider suits, those are another great example. By the way, just bear with me mentioning Marvel a lot, it's all I really know in terms of superheroes. But those suits, they tend to feel more like second skins rather than something somebody would actually wear. So I do appreciate this suit looking a lot more fabricy. Is that a word? Anyway, I think this suit looks good because James Gunn put a lot of practical effects in the movie instead of using just entirely CGI, which we love to see it. But onto something I heard that was actually entirely CGI, the dog. Oh, the dog. I love him. He feels like a real pet you would actually have. Mildly refuses to listen, chaotic, but overall a good laugh. And the fact the dog has super strength and flight just makes him all the more hectic. I think, as a character that's supposed to be helpful, yet still feels like a dog, it works amazingly. Now, Clark Kent. He was played in a really fun way. It's not too distracting, but I did notice the actor, he was lowering his voice and talking a bit more proudly as Superman than as Clark. And I really like that detail. There's also this scene where Lois and Clark have an interview. Well, technically it's Lois and Superman. They're the same person, you get it. I really like that when they talk in that scene, it's not just an exposition dump, it actually feels like a real couple talking and disagreeing. Going into this, I mildly feared they'd sideline some of the non-superhero characters in favour of the supers, and I'm really glad they didn't. Except maybe Lex Luthor slightly. Speaking of Lex, I love how threatening he was for most of this movie. Straight up abducting people and rage baiting Superman while just sipping his coffee. Like, him watching his desk go flying and then just standing up completely unfazed, going, I don't know what you're talking about. And then just loudly sipping his coffee in Superman's face. Like, bro, Loki gave no shits. Yikes, that is such a Gen Z thing to say. Now, wait, I'm going to start getting into bigger spoiler territory now, so genuinely, if you've not seen it, go watch it. Everyone skedaddled? They gone? Right, good. Right, so Superman gets detained and Lex, while trying to get info out of him, takes somebody off the street that Superman has spoken to before and just decides to play Russian roulette with his life. Like, nah, bro. That casual villainy is good. It's so fun to watch. I also kind of like that it's a really quick scene. Because, like, yeah, 1 in 6 chance your hostage dies every time you ask a question. Of course they're not going to last very long. And the fact he uses the hostage dying to just threaten Superman by going to get another.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Also, mildly unrelated, but going from knowing Lex Luthor as this to this is quite the contrast, I'll say that much. Now, the Justice Gang. I have never heard of Hawkgirl or Mr. Terrific until this movie, but they are great. More so Mr. T though. And Guy Gardner being kind of a dick the whole time is so fun. Now, I don't know if this is an early form of the Justice League or if this is something else, but it's a vibe either way, and I want to know more about what happens with them next. Specifically, Mr. Terrific. I want to know more about him, because he's cool. Like, what is he? Is he a super smart character like Tony Stark? Is he more of a cyborg? Is he a robot? Why is he a hero? Like, I want to know stuff like this, and I'm excited to see more of him in future stuff. Now, when trying to rescue Superman from the prison that I mentioned earlier, Mr. Terrific really gets to show off. You could even say he's terrific in a fight. I'm sorry, I'll see myself out. But genuinely, it's characters like him that make me want to dive deeper into the DC heroes, villains, just characters in general. And I love how he can't be fucked with any of the other characters. Or his arch nemesis, the dog. Dun dun dun. But I do have one critique. Mr. Terrific, man, look, I love you, but where are you? Many apologies to all the headphone users. But, okay. In the big final fight, Superman is getting his ass handed to him, and Mr. Terrific is just watching? I don't know, he's just gone. Like, there's not much else you can be doing above the city that is actively ripping itself apart, so where the hell are you? And then he has the audacity to tell Superman to stop messing around. Like, bro! And while we're on the subject, in the big fight, Krypto saving the day is yes, 10 out of 10. No notes. Like, none at all. Yes. One thing I do have notes on is making Ultraman a clone instead of an alternate universe Superman. It's certainly a choice. It felt like one of those old tropes you'd see everywhere in 2000 movies, and it felt quite underwhelming, if you ask me. Especially because I think if you already have a pocket dimension that's between universes, you could just have easily have had Lex got an Ultraman from Earth 3. Or better yet, have no Ultraman, save him for later. I mentioned earlier that Lex might have been slightly sidelined, and that's because I think you could replace Ultraman with Lex in the war suit. Or even the flippin' suit that gives him the powers of Superman. Because that's in the comics, right? But, moving on from my rant, Superman's parents are wee gems, and I really like how caring they are. Nothing else to really say about them, though. Now, okay, the Ice Palace. Again, I don't actively watch DC movies, but going from knowing it as it is in My Adventures with Superman to the one in this movie is like, damn! Even the inside looks good. When it's not being ripped to shreds. You really have to praise the designers for the set and the costume and all that for this movie, because damn did they go hard. Now, okay, Nanotech Girl. I don't actually know her name. Close enough. I felt she was underutilized, but honestly, that doesn't feel too bad. She seemed more like a lackey than an actual character in this movie, but I think that honestly can work for her. And, okay, let's jump to the end. Seeing Clara as a party animal, cool cameo. I kind of want to see more of her. Is she always a party animal? What's her backstory? That kind of stuff. Because again, all I know of Clara is that she is from My Adventures with Superman, where she doesn't like parties, and she's very, oh, let's take over the planet. So, it's very interesting to see the two versions of them. Okay, one issue. The selfie girl. Eve, was it? Her secretly being a genius wasn't foreshadowed well at all, and the fact that Lex's undoing kinda hinged on it slightly annoyed me. Like, sure, have her help, but make her less annoying and more clearly aware of what she's doing, so it doesn't feel out of left field when you go, oh, she's secretly super useful. Like, have her being a bit more clever earlier, maybe in her talk with Jimmy, and I think that'd fix it, but as others would say, there's no movie without a sin, so it's allowed that flaw. And I ran out of things to say. No, but honestly though, as a start for a new DCU, I honestly think this is great. Might even start watching DC movies more as they come out if they keep this level of quality up. You know, between this and the other DC things I've liked, like the Arkham games and My Adventures with Superman and a couple others, I think I am slowly realizing how fun DC can be. It's just occurred to me that I don't know how to end a YouTube video. I guess thanks for listening for me talking for like 10-ish minutes. Like and subscribe, I guess. I am gonna try and cover more content like this, more reviews, more theories, more stuff like that. But I don't know. Hopefully I can though. Okay, thanks for listening for me talking for like 10 minutes. Bye!